Hello, this video was recorded about 5-10 minutes after I finished vlogging my previous video. Video's there. If you haven't seen it already, pause and watch it. Go and watch it. I just decided to change clothes because I love colour and it's important to wear as much colour as possible, so you might recognise these. One of you actually made those for me about 2-3 years ago. They're Luna Lovegood's reddish earrings and they're beautiful and I love them ever so much, so thank you. As I mentioned in my previous video, the last 5 weeks or so has been pretty tough, and in between all that pain and whatever, I've been trying to paint as much as possible. It's become the only thing I can do. It's been a good distraction. And I think this is the first time I have painted so much and I've had so much finished work in one place at one time. There is a hell of a lot out there. I'm very, very proud. So today I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff I've been painting, go into depth, I suppose. It's almost like an art evaluation, this, but I also want people to know that I do think about the stuff that I paint. I don't just paint anything and hope for the best. Yeah. Right, I don't know quite where to begin. I've spent the last 2 weeks or so varnishing these on and off, so I'm just overpowered with the smell of varnish right now. So many of you requested that I do more night skies that I have fulfilled your request. The thing is though, I've tried to shake things up a little bit. In the past I've done lots of canvases that have looked like this, but I wanted to challenge myself this time, do something different. So whilst there's a couple that look like that, I've tried to do some snow ones like this. To be honest, I actually preferred these more than the ones I did before, like that, because I think the earth stands out more here. From my perspective as I'm painting them, it allows me to create darker backgrounds because I don't have to worry about the black standing out against the coloured background behind it. On the other ones, I keep swapping these over here, look at that. So yeah, I've done loads of those. One thing I've tried to do is the Northern Lights. I haven't actually seen the Northern Lights for myself in real life. It's on my bucket list, but I've seen loads of videos and photos and I think it's gorgeous. Again, going back to the idea that the background has to contrast against the earth, so that's a good example. I think this was the first one I did with Northern Lights. It's not as bright as the other ones, but I love that one because it was my first try. I've tried to do some abstract night skies with Northern Lights. That's more realistic. That's my head. I haven't varnished this one yet. I'm so excited to varnish it because the colour just saps, and already that's quite bright and colourful, so who knows how bright that will go. I'm looking for the lighthouse. Where's the lighthouse? I tried to do things like this. That I actually started in March and I didn't like it, and I've just built up over and over and over. Every time I've been painting I've thought, right, I'll add a little bit more to that and see how it goes. So I'm finally happy with that. Don't know if you can see that one. See, it's very shiny. I'm going to make a slow transition away from night skies because that's not all I've been doing, promise. One day when I was painting, I had so much paint left over, I thought to myself, what can I do? So I started doing these abstract paintings, and this is one of them. I'm not sure whether it's a night sky or a stormy sky, haven't made up my mind yet, but I love it. But yes, paintings like this. I did one of these a couple of months ago as a test, and you guys said it was awesome, so I continued and did some more. I keep trying to make each one slightly different, they're not all the same. I really enjoy painting these ones because everyone is just unique and random. I don't have to worry about copying something, or if something is accurate or looks presentable, because it's so messy it doesn't matter. This one was slightly different. I did it in layers. As you can see, most of them are blue because that was the paint that was left over, but I have tried to do some other ones like this. Most of these canvases around me are the same size, they're this big, because they're easier to post. Postage is very expensive. For some countries it's size, for other countries or zones it's weight. And I sort of know how to post this size of canvas and what it weighs, etc. I haven't yet posted anything that's bigger than this, I think. Also, I'm still very nervous about pricing and what to charge, and smaller canvases are cheaper than larger canvases. At least that's how I'm doing it. But anyway, I did try doing a bigger version of those abstract ones. Ta-da! I think it looks like a kid's done this, but I showed a friend of mine this and their eyes went pop. I was painting this whilst I was watching Once Upon a Time with Aladdin, so yeah, I just think of Aladdin when I see that. I should say actually I've done a lot more than what I'm holding up. I'm only holding up a couple of examples per design that I've done, apart from that one. The next one I'm going to hold up is very random, and it's a bottle. Look at that. When I painted this, I actually had my cat on my lap the entire time, and she helped, as you can see. So this was a joint effort, I think. I really do like that. I'm going to try and do some more of this, but bigger. I think this might be just a tad bit too small. For me as an artist, one thing that I've always done is blended paints together. I've not really been big on markings. So doing something like that is a challenge for me. I want to blend, I want to push all the colours together and make them nice and smooth. Whilst a lot of people might think that's easy, I found that hard. It's funny, as I'm vlogging this, I'm being very negative. Artist. What I don't like, you guys will probably love. For example, I love those. Love them. But some of you watching might not like those, so one big request I had was to do some more tree paintings, forest paintings. So yeah, there we go. I really love doing these, especially when I'm not shaking. A little Becky trivia here, I can't paint trees with leaves. I struggle, but I can do this. So yeah. This is the one that I did in the summer, and as you can see they're a bit smaller and more intricate. The branches are smaller. And finally we just get onto the really random stuff. Some of this I started in August, actually. Things like this, really random. And this is also my first painting that has golden paint in it. Don't know if you can see. Nah. I bought some gold paint from Hobbycraft, and I've been trying it in some paintings. I was worried that when I varnished it, you wouldn't see the gold and the metallicness, but you can, thank goodness. I did another one of these. Again, although it probably looks very easy, I found that hard. Maybe if I did it on a bigger canvas it wouldn't be so hard, but yeah, I really tried with that. And then the last couple I've got are things like this. As I was painting these ones, I didn't feel very confident, but after I varnished them, they sort of looked, in my eyes, they looked a bit better. I'd love to do something on a large scale with this. I think with any form of art, it's important that you don't just stick to one style. You keep trying different ways of painting the same thing. So for example, night skies, you've got those two, that, and that, all different ways of painting the same thing. I missed that one out as well. Da-da-da-da. I hope that from far away you could see the land and the moon, but I know I'm holding up a lot of stuff. It's been building up for a while. I haven't just gone crazy in the last 2 weeks. Some stuff here I'm a bit nervous of. Some of it I'm really proud of. Some of it I don't want to let go of. And overall, I'd like to think that I'm making progress. For example, this is one of the paintings that I made earlier on in the year, but I didn't sell. I found it in a box somewhere. But when I compared that to this, I prefer this so much more. So I'd like to think I'm getting better. And also tips as well. One of you suggested putting black borders around some of the paintings, and I took that on board and I love it. It's amazing how putting just a simple border around something like that can completely change the dynamics of the painting. In my eyes, I sort of think it looks a bit more professional with a black border. Depends on the painting. By the time this video goes up, all these canvases will be on Etsy. They're going up. There's no point keeping art to yourself. Art is meant to be shared. And of course, I'm going to keep painting and producing more stuff, and some different stuff. I would like to do more portraiture, but I find portraits harder to let go of. So I'm starting with stuff that I know I can let go of. I think this has been a very critical video, and I would appreciate feedback or comments or discussions downstairs. In all seriousness, because I'd like to improve. Or if there's anything you'd like to see me have a go at, suggest it downstairs and I'll have a go. Link to the Etsy store is there, it's also in the video description. When in doubt, search for Becky J Brown on Etsy, you'll find me. You can also support me on Patreon, the link is also downstairs, and there, somewhere. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate your support and this engagement. I find this very special. I feel like I'm rushing, it's the back is telling me to stop. Right, I'm now gonna go because I feel very, very tired. And although I've been very animated and upbeat in this, I am in pain right now. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.